right. Good Friday morning, everybody.
What did you say?
Good Friday morning.
Friday, yes.
Friday.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous. It's a holiday weekend. Still a little hazy.
It's
Did I get
hazy,
that?
and well, we still have smoke in the air. I mean, that's still a concern for us, although I think as we go through today, it improves a little bit.
Okay.
It's not totally gone, but it should improve a little bit. And you're also going to notice today the humidity is up just a little bit, too. So, well, you got to take the good with the bad there, Crystal. Everybody heard you say no. We do continue with it.
I hate the humidity. I hate it.
Well, welcome to summer.
I know.
It's 4th of July weekend for a lot of folks, so... it gets hot, it gets humid. Let's start off, first of all, we continue with our air quality alert. Day number 4, if you're keeping count.
So, number 4 in a row.
In a row.
Okay.
In a row.
Because we had some earlier this month.
But about a couple of weeks ago we had it, and then, the smoke was cleared out. But this is day number 4 in a row. Let's see if we can do day number 5. If you take a look at our predicted smoke forecast, and this smoke forecast is for smoke down near the surface. Because sometimes you see these ones with all these pretty colors, and that's actually up where the clouds are, the smoke, but this one is the one that shows it down near the surface, and if you notice, shows a little bit of improvement. Not totally gone, but, hopefully we improve enough that we can take, the air quality alert down. You're giggling over there about the whole thing.
No, because there's some of those arrows that are going
in circles. And you know what? That's kind of how I was this morning, was just standing there and walking around in circles. The winds are light and variable. That's basically what that's showing. You look out there right now, we do have the smoke in the air. And just depending on where you are, you may also be seeing a little bit of fog. Locations that saw some showers and storms last evening. Mainly to the north and west of Lansing. Dense fog advisory in effect, although even there visibilities are improving a bit. This is our Farm Bureau insurance cam in Delta Township. There's smoke, but that's also some fog in the mix that we're seeing there in Delta Township. In Jackson, that is just smoke that we have. There was no rain yesterday in Jackson. In Lansing, picked up about 1/10 of an inch of rain, and that was kind of mainly right around the morning hours.
Right.
Here's a look at the satellites and the radar. We have cleared a partly cloudy skies, and today we're going to end up with a mix of clouds and sun. There is small chance that there could be a shower or storm that flares up this afternoon or this evening, but there's no cold front, there's no warm front, all of that stuff is down south of us, so this would just be something that flares up in the warm, humid air, but that would be about it. Severe weather today possible to our south in Ohio, Indiana, stretches back into the plains, but if we see anything flare up, I think it's just kind of a garden variety shower storm, and notice our computer model just not showing much. Here is a look at the next 12 hours. It should be around 74 at 10 a.m. We are already in the low 80s at noon, and temperatures up near 90 at 4 p.m. And again, the humidity just a little bit higher than it was yesterday. 7-day forecast. Chance of rain today, by the way, it's low, 20%. It's not 0, but it's low. It moves up a bit for Saturday and Sunday. And I think Saturday it's the afternoon hours, Sunday afternoon as well. We'll have to watch and see if a shower storm flares up. Monday, partly cloudy, 84, near 90. Tuesday and Wednesday, the mid-80s, a little better chance of some rain on Thursday.
So those rain shower chances on Saturday and Sunday, they're going to be during the day. So they might
Well, it could be the day. It could be in the evening. There will be some of us who don't see a drop of rain at all. Like yesterday. I mean, many of us did not see any rain. We had a little shower, mid-morning in Lansing and, parts of Clinton and Ionia counties. I mean, there was even a severe thunderstorm warning for a brief time, during the overnight hours.
So don't cancel any plans. You might have to put up a tent or an umbrella during your cookout, but
keep an eye on the radar, and of course, keep an eye on the updated forecast as they come our way. But 30% chance, that's kind of just like a splash and dash shower.
Right.
And again, I think a lot of us will may miss it altogether. If you're traveling up north, kind of similar conditions up there, but it's cooler. Highs will be in the 70s this weekend across the UP.
All right, and if you are traveling up north, we're going to talk about that in a second with Taylor, but you may be wondering, well, what's the weather going to be like when I go up north? When I go to
What's the weather like when I go up north?
you can always find out with this First Alert Weather app. Not only does it keep track of where you are right now, so say you're in Jackson, it'll tell you what the weather's like in Jackson. Just type in where you're planning on going.
Yeah, there's a little bar on the side that you can click, and you enter the city, and it'll tell you the forecast actually anywhere around the world.
The whole world.
Well, I imagine there are some cities that it doesn't know, but most major cities. Look for the News 10 First Alert Weather app on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Search for WILX Weather.
All right. Thank you, Darrin.
Thank you, Darrin.
For the
Be kind to you.
lovely
Thank you so much for my chair.
holiday weekend outlook. First,
Give me a
before.
second.
Stalling there, wait for it to sit down.
I am not stalling. I'm talking about this great weather app and how it's got the
Used it this morning.
first pitch
Our
forecast.
chances of rain went down a bit.
Yeah, I was looking at what the temperature is going to be like if I needed to wear shorts or pants today.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I'm wearing a dress, as you can tell. It's 90.
Yeah.
It's very, very out
it's
there.
gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be humid. My hair doesn't like it.
I know. I'm trying to mess with the hair a bit.
It's gonna be that kind of day.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Happy Friday and the last day of June.
The last day of June. It is June 30th. This is a day that we've kind of known is going to be important for a while because it is the day that it becomes illegal to hold a cell phone while operating a motor vehicle in Michigan.
And that's the key word right there, operating.
Yes.
That's what's new under this new distracted driving law. We brought in Sheriff Wigglesworth on, was it 2 days ago, on Wednesday for
Yep.
Mid-Michigan Matters. There we go. So we brought him on. He has 2 PSAs now on the Ingham County Sheriff's Office Facebook. And actually, when I got into my car this morning, I had to queue up all my songs so I could listen to some music.
You always do that when you get in the car.
I do. Well, because you have to queue it, because even at a stop sign,
Yeah.
a stoplight, you can't do it. I'll get into the details right now. But
can't.
yes, I thought about that as I was getting into my car this morning. Well, Michigan is now the 26th state to pass a hands-free law, and the goal is to reduce distracted driving crashes and fatalities. So you're going to be seeing a lot of these signs as you head to your holiday destination. Michigan's had a texting and driving law in effect for a while now. That was back in 2010. But phones these days do a lot more than text and call. Like I was just
They
saying,
do.
your music, you have GPS. So the new hands-free law makes it illegal to even hold your phone. So you cannot call, text, record, or post to social media. Now, if you need to use a phone, make sure you've got Bluetooth set up or hands-free set. Now, according to Ingham County Sheriff Scott Wigglesworth, police officers will be on the lookout for distracted drivers. And I can tell you also on my drive this morning, I saw a sheriff on the road, yes.
Was it on the highway?
It was on the highway.
He was still there when
He
you.
was still
'cause
there.
we take the same way to work.
Yep, he had his radar, and he was, of course, June 30th,
Yep.
the hands-free law takes effect 2 days, so he was out there not only with his radar, but checking for people with devices. But some exceptions include calling 911
Yes.
first responders, so you can use their phones as long as they're performing official duties, trying to get someone for help, you're able to call for that. First-time offenders will pay a fine. So there are consequences if you violate this law. Again, it's illegal to have a device in your hands.
While
So-
you're operating, your passenger
Yes.
can do it.
Yes, the passenger
Yes.
can. You cannot do it if you're operating a vehicle, even again, if it's at a stop sign or a stoplight. The reason we are bringing up again that stoplight and stop sign as well is because a lot of people don't know about that. So again, first-time offenders will pay a fine, but might face a court appearance if they violate the law 3 times in 3 years.
So it's a little bit of a change. It's kind of always been, no, don't use your cell phone while
Right.
driving. But now they're really cracking down on all the, because it's evolving. The technology of your phone is evolving. So
I mean, even the technology on CarPlay or the little dashboard, even that's changing.
it is. I just got a new car and it's all different. I'm just,
And you're like, let me figure out everything. It's like a spaceship.
you
But
think
I
this
would
is a
say-
spaceship?
Yeah,
not a
this is a
car.
spaceship too. Well, I would say that's the biggest adjustment is, again, people are used to, even if you're not looking at your phone, you're just used to holding it. So just putting it down in the cup holder on that little dashboard phone holder.
So my car, I'll have to show you later. My car, in between the cup holders, has a spot that perfectly holds your cell phone.
Oh, there you go. So you put it there, somewhere where if you do need the GPS, you can quickly glance at it without, fully putting your head fully down or
Right.
picking up the phone. You cannot do that anymore.
Or pull over.
Yes, or pull over.
Pull over into a parking lot. I've done that so many times before. I've pulled over to respond to a text or call somebody back.
Yeah.
If my whole CarPlay thing wasn't working, I've just pulled over.
Yeah.
And even like on
Safely pull
iPhones,
over.
yeah. don't just like swerve over. But even on iPhones, like they have the thing that says, "I'm driving. Can I call you later?"
Yeah.
So
There's do not disturb options you can put on so
Yep.
people know. Yeah, there you go.
All
A
to keep
text, a
everybody
call,
safe.
not worth your life or
it
someone
is
else's life.
not.
No.
Well, speaking of driving, it's going to be a lot of people out on the roads this weekend, and that's, I think, why they wanted to put this into effect when they did.
Oh, that's key that they did it right
Yeah.
before. So yeah, AAA expects a record-breaking travel weekend for this 4th of July weekend. Now, nearly 51 million Americans are expected to drive or fly, with today being the busiest day on the road.
Yes.
So, of course, people are using this Friday to get a head start on their extended holiday vacation. Well, the last thing you want is your holiday road trip is for your car to break down. Yeah, that's not fun. So with the 4th of July weekend being one of the most busiest travel times of the year, lots of people are gathering up their families and hitting the road. So the same car preparations you take for the winter should be taken for the summer, right? There's different seasons, you experience different weather, your car, just like you might put on different clothes for the winter or summer, your car needs some of that too.
Right.
Well, okay, so of course, rough roads can damage your car, but if the car isn't properly maintained, the damage can be much worse. So AAA says before you take off for your holiday vacation, make sure that you have some type of roadside assistance, like maybe an emergency kit. And it's always a good idea to have a full tank of gas, and then again, part of that emergency kit, you can keep some snacks in there,
Yes.
non-perishable foods, you can have water bottles, maybe a blanket, flashlight, batteries.
So when I got my new car, I gave my old car to my little cousin.
Yeah, you're telling me
And I
that.
was like
That's so
cleaning
nice.
everything out, and I was like, okay, here's some jumper cables, here's a snow brush, here's a snow shovel. I was like, I'm just gonna leave this
sad.
here.
She's
just
sad,
leave this
yeah.
here.
She's good.
Like she needs those. I didn't leave any snacks for him. I probably should have. I'm sure my niece would have loved
You
that.
supplied her with everything else.
But I was like,
get that.
you need all those things, and like a lot of times you can get them all in one kit now too, which is really really nice.
I know, I've been looking, because maybe we'll be talking about this at some point. We're talking about it soon, but Amazon Prime Day is coming up
Oh, it
July
is.
11th and 12th. So, of course, me being me, I'm like adding things into my car, editing what's too expensive, what's going to go on sale.
Right.
And so looking at that, I was like, maybe I should get like a little emergency jumper cable kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do keep snacks and water in my car.
I do
just
keep
so the others-
water in my car out of sunlight, of course. Keep it like in the trunk thing, but my little hatch thingy.
Oh, yeah. That's
But
nice.
it's always good to have like almonds, stuff like that, that are non-perishable, that can, just in case. You never know. So.
Tissues. I keep tissues in the
Oh,
car
you
too. That's
do?
always good.
Oh, I saw that.
I know. My box of tissues.
You were like, let me get the music set. Okay, let me move the tissues. I was in that order.
System. I can't just take off and drive.
Well, speaking of taking off, maybe you're going to go to a galaxy far, far away. And if you want one of the last relics from Alderaan, you're in luck.
Yeah, we actually told you about it earlier this week. Super exciting. So a dress worn by Carrie Fisher in her portrayal of Princess Leia in
so
the
pretty.
original 1977 Star Wars film is still for sale.
It's
You're
so
looking at it. It
pretty.
is gorgeous. I just want, can I at least like try it on?
Yeah.
We
I don't
just
wanna
want to try it
buy
on.
I don't want to
How much is it to try it on? Well, it's one.
Can I
Maybe,
rent
maybe
it?
that's what they should do.
Can
It's
I
just
rent
like, yeah, find people or put a fee for trying it on. There you go, not a fine. Well, it's the one she had in the final scene where she bestowed Luke Skywalker and Han Solo with medals, and the prop store is accepting private offers for the dress after it failed to sell at auction. And Crystal, do you remember how much it was trying to auction off for?
I do. I believe they were hoping. They said it was valued at $2 million. They were
Yep.
hoping for $1.
I don't remember that part. All I remember is it was going for $2 million.
Yeah.
It was expected to auction
Expected
for that.
for $2 million.
But obviously now that's failed through. That's expensive. Well, it's the
is.
only known costume that Leia wore in the original film to still exist. John Molo won an Oscar for his costume design work on the movie. And,
They were
well,
so good,
You
though.
can see why. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. And it took experts 8 months to restore the dress after it was discovered damaged by moths in a London attic.
No, it's gross.
I know, you don't want moths ruining your clothes. Oh boy.
Look at the
but that's-
bottom on that. That's
It's
so pretty.
beautiful. The way it drapes down,
I know.
the little belt on
Can't
there.
look at it anymore.
We're obsessing over the dress.
A little bit.
Someone wants to lend over $2 million.
Just to try it. Like,
Just to
can I
try.
go and like rent the runway or something? Like,
Can I just wear it for the News 10 today at
yeah.
11?
There you go. Why not?
Just for that half hour, can I wear it?
So we were talking about the humidity earlier. Tina says, I don't like the humidity either, but it's great for the plants. It is. My plants are probably still going to die, but it is great for the plants. You just got to get used to it. You can't have it too much.
I did forget to water one of my plants for the past couple weeks. I looked at it and went, oh, I forgot about you. Oh, oops. It's not doing great.
I'm not
so
gonna
maybe I
lie.
should stick it out in the humidity.
I'm not going to lie. I have an app that tells me when to water my plants.
There's just so many apps, though, and then I get overwhelmed, and
Yeah.
it's a whole thing. So that one lasted me a few years. I did good.
I got
I don't
two
know
that
how
are
it's
lasting
supposed
like
to
3 years.
last.
One of them almost died. It's a geranium, and it died like 3 times and came back to life. So I call it Frankenranium.
I like that.
Yeah.
Mine was a bamboo plant. I named it Earl.
I have
But Earl is now just withering away.
I have a snake plant named Snake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, I named mine Ruth because I heard snake. We're going off about plants now. Thank you, Tina. But snake plants, apparently, they're so like ruthless. They don't need much water or sun. So I called it Ruth because it's ruthless. I was like, nice. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Naming our plants.
If you got any ideas, you want to share your plant names, go right ahead.
Taking this down a rabbit hole.
A little bit. All right, so let's talk about what's going to come up on News 10 today at 11.
And I really want to wear that Leia dress for it.
I
But
know.
anyway, so first alert meteorologist Colton Sikoracki will have your holiday forecast, which I know many, many people, after you just saw Darrin talking about it, I know myself, I know my parents, Crystal, I know you've been talking about it.
Yep.
Other people are looking at the forecast because of all of the smoke outside. We're looking for those rain chances. And of course, you want to have a clear, sunny sky day for the 4th of July. But so Colton Sikoracki will have your holiday forecast as we hopefully prepare to spend more time outside this summer. You're also going to want to keep those mosquitoes away.
Gross.
I've been hearing that people are seeing more and more mosquitoes. This is the time you'll see it, especially if we get those rain chances. They like to come out more. So we'll share what you can do to keep the deadliest animal in the world away from you. Again, the deadliest animal because they carry all those mosquito-borne viruses, illnesses, and many of them they don't even have treatments to. So the last thing is, does Mars have donuts?
I had to put this one on there for you.
I'm looking at it going, So we'll explain with new images captured by the Mars rover Perseverance. If
It's really
Mars
cool, I promise.
does have donuts. We will look at that. And then we're back here at the News 10 Plus digital desk at 2 o'clock for more on the First Alert forecast. We will be talking about what you can expect today, first at 4, on 90 minutes of news and Studio 10.
I missed Donut Day yesterday, so I had to
Mars
put
and
it in there.
donuts.
So, all right, and don't forget, you can be just like Tina here and chat with us live. There's no other newscast that I know of where you can chat live with your meteorologists, with your anchors, ask questions, give your input. It's all right here on our Facebook Live and our YouTube Live. If you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, you'll get alerted when we go live. And you can chat with us right then and there, share your plant names, share, your tips for keeping mosquitoes away.
Yeah.
My mom has a lot of all natural things around her backyard because of our dogs.
There's a lot of myths, too, that people need to watch out for.
There are. So keep all that in mind.
And like Tina did, it's not even a question. It was just a nice little comment. That's good to know. We were able to talk about it. So thank you, Tina.
Yeah, I didn't know that my plants needed humidity. So.
Humidity confuses me when I'm trying to change it in my apartment. I don't even.
Okay, our humidity. We're going to talk about this later. Anyway, we will see you guys later.
Happy Friday.